Hey folks, this is Scott Carter with Gatorzone.com. I'm here with colleague Chris Harry to talk about the Florida men's basketball team's trip to Mississippi State on Thursday night. And as you can tell, the women's team is actually practicing behind us here in the O-Dome. But on Saturday, Chris, this place was rocking as the Gators maybe had their best performance of the year with a 67-41 win over Tennessee. Moved up to number 3 in the polls this week. Chris, now Mississippi State. What do you make of this game on the road out there?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the game a couple days ago, Tennessee game. Florida, it might have been their best game of the season. It was certainly their best half of the season. I mean, the score was a 7-point game at halftime. Florida had only given up 19 points at the half. In the second half, they started making shots, which enabled the defense to set the press and really get the game going up and down the way Billy Donovan likes it. Chaotic, as he likes to say. Turnovers, fast break, transition points, a lot of crazy stuff going on, and that's one of the reasons this place was rocking. Big win for the Gators, the biggest loss in Tennessee coach Quanzo Martin's time at Tennessee, and that certainly avenged the 3 straight losses that Tennessee had coming into the series. But like you said, that's behind them. Gators moving forward now to Mississippi State on the road Thursday.
Well, no doubt Billy Donovan would take another performance like Gators had against Tennessee. Also one from Michael Frazier, who won SEC Player of the Week. And, you know, we talked last week, Chris, about after the Auburn game, Billy D basically said he wanted to see more of Michael Frazier. He has the past couple of games. What have you seen maybe different with his game?
You know, he saw next to nothing of Michael Frazier at Auburn because he took 2 shots and was basically on and off the bench and really never got any rhythm. He went to Alabama, missed his first 2 3-point shots, and then made, I believe, it was 5 of his next 11. He came out here and made 4 more, against Tennessee. He's hot again. And again, Michael Frazier's a guy who practices really hard, takes a lot of shots. He's a shooting purist. He's a gym rat. He takes a lot of time to perfect that 3-point shot. And when he's making that 3-point shot, obviously that frees up a lot of things for the Gators to do inside. Dribble drive penetration, post-up moves for Patrick Young, Dorian Finney-Smith, those guys. And I tell you what, Michael Frazier, even a couple times in a Tennessee game, took the ball from the arc and drove it to the basket for a couple layups. And that's something maybe he should do a little bit more of to make people, honor both the drive and honor that shot better.
As a whole, this is a team that, has climbed up the rankings number 3, as I mentioned earlier, since that loss to Connecticut earlier in the season. They go out to Mississippi State, ranked number 3. It kind of brings back a little bit of a memory of last year when they climbed to number 2, went out to Arkansas and got thumped. I mean, what's kind of the mood around this club right now, handling this prosperity?
I think they'll be talking about that. I mean, they didn't handle it well. Arkansas had a lot to do with that. They hit a bunch of shots, and it's a really, really hard place to win. But it's good to have a reference point, Scott. These guys are 4 seniors. They remember what happened there. Yeah. Now, Mississippi State, I don't think is the team Arkansas is. And these next 2 games, Mississippi State and then home again on Saturday against Texas A&M, those are games the Gators are going to be expected to win handily. That's the challenge for Billy Donovan and his staff this week, to sell these as losable games, which they absolutely are. They're conference games. One of them is on the road. They got to go out and have this old, he likes to call it the nameless, faceless opponent mentality. Just go play the way you're supposed to play and not worry about who you're playing.
We'll get to see the Gators play again Thursday night at Mississippi State, and then back here at the O-Dome on Saturday as Texas A&M comes to town, 4 o'clock. So until then, thanks for joining us, and see you next time.